Hello everyone, welcome to Gradual Learning. I hope you all are good and doing well. So in this video we are going to talk about a poem Ozymandias, but before moving ahead, please follow us on Instagram. We are as Gradual Learning on Insta and we are posting many learning stuff over there. Not only this, please follow our channel, subscribe our channel, don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. So let's start today's video. Ozymandias by P.B.Shelley. About the poet. P.B.Shelley was born in 1792 and died in 1822. He is known for his lyrical and long-form verse. Percy Bysshe Shelley was a prominent English romantic poet and was one of the most highly regarded and influential poets of the 19th century. P.B. Shelley is one of the best known poets of England. He wrote many poems based on prevailing political condition of the French Revolution. He is also called the myth maker. Let's talk about the theme of the poem Ozymandias. In the theme we basically discuss what the poem is all about, what is the central theme of the poem. So the poem Ozymandias conveys that everyone is subject to death, only art is permanent. He tries to convey in the poem that all the glory, all the power of humans come to an end. Nothing in this world is mortal. He says that only your works, your good work is the one that will be there forever and ever, even after you are no more in this world. This poem is a sonnet, that is a 14-line poem. The poet has depicted a scenario where everything is devastated, nothing is left. Even the king's statue has fallen down and is totally shattered. Let's start the poem with the first 4 lines, which says, I met a traveller from an antique land, who said, 2 vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert, near them, on the sand. Half sunk, a shattered visage lies, whose front. So in these first 4 lines, the poet is depicting a scenario where he met a traveller who has come from an antique land. Antique land means something which is very different, and land is a place, a land which was inhabited by men at one time, once upon a time, but now no one is there in that land, in that place. It is totally antique, it is totally different. Then he says, who said, and that traveller says, that at that antique land there is 2 vast and trunkless legs of stone. So the scenario which it is being depicted here, it is like 2 vast. Vast means huge and extensive, and trunkless means without the body. So there is a statue, and it is a very huge statue, and it is a trunkless one also, means the legs of the stone are there, but the upper body part is not there, it has been destroyed. Then the poet adds, stand in the desert, near them on the stand. So he says that it's a totally deserted area, is it? And in that deserted area there is a pair of trunkless legs of stone, which is made up of stone, and from the stone we get to know that it is a statue, and they are standing in the desert, no one is there around, and near to that legs, that trunkless legs, there is a half sunk, a shattered visage lies, whose front. So shattered means something which is very upset or exhausted, and visage means face. And frown means a facial expression which indicates disapproval. So he says that near to those legs there is a face lying on the floor, on the ground, and it is totally shattered, it is totally exhausted, the face is totally dull, and that face is giving a frown expression, of disapproval. And wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command tell that its sculptor will those passions read. So here the poet says that the traveller goes on to describe that the face of the statue lies on the sand, had the expressions which are still visible, which can be identified now also. And these expressions are of the mighty ruler Ozymandias. This ruler was very frown, wrinkled up, and sneer of cold command. So the poet has used such expressions, such phrases to give an impression about the ruler, the king, who was very commanding, angry, and often upset man. Then in the next line, the poet shifts the attention of the readers from the statue to the sculptor, the person who has made that statue. And he says that the traveler admires the artist, that the artist has understood and read his king's mind, his passion and emotions very well. That is why he could perfectly draw the face, and it is still visible, and it is very easy for anyone to understand the thought of that king. Coming to the next two lines, which yet survive, stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them, and the heart that fed. So the man continues his praise for the sculptor. The traveler is continuously praising the sculptor, and he says passion and his hurt, and still the traveler is able to identify what kind of king he was. That is the art of the artist which makes his work, his creation, mortal. The sculptor's hand copied and portrayed his subject's passion, and his heart felt those and inspired to make it possible. So that hand and that heart is still surviving, though everything has been deserted, but due to his masterful creation, that statue is still surviving. And on the pedestal, these words appear: My name is Ozymandias, kings of kings. Look on my works, ye mighty and despair. Nothing beside remains round the decay of that colossal rack, boundless and bare. The lone and level sands stretch far away. Now again the poem shifts to the statue. The traveller quotes the words that are written on the pedestal on the bottom of that statue, and the inscription, the words that are printed there on that pedestal says the name of the man, of that king, and the name is Ozymandias. He also regards himself as the king of kings. The ruler addresses others who think themselves powerful to look at his work and to get their illusions shattered. Despair. Now the Ozymandias is giving a warning to all the other kings and the rulers not to hope for much greatness, as they can never cross his achievements. That certainly gives him an impression of his proud and commanding nature. But ironically enough here, that this statue is now totally grounded by the great force of nature. It has been destroyed, but the art of that artist, of that sculptor is still here. So from here we understand that your good works, your art is always permanent. It will always stay. It can never die. Coming to the final ending, nothing beside remains round the decay of that colossal rack, boundless and bare. The lone and level sands stretch far away. Now here comes the final word from the traveler on how there is nothing except those ruins and the sand all around. The colossal rack hints at how the statue and the high flying passion attached to it are all dusted now, are all faded now. The boundless and bare and lone and level sand, these symbolizes the vastness of time, that due course of time things can change, everything can change. We the boundless and bare and lone and level sands stretching far away. This phrase symbolizes the vastness of time, that how things can be changed in a due course of time. And we, the human beings, are very little creatures in the vast passage of time. We should not feel proud of unnecessary things, but our good works will always remain immortal. The art will always remain immortal. So, thanks for watching the video. I hope you must have understood the central theme of the poem. Please like and subscribe our channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon and follow us on Insta too. See you soon. Bye bye.